Hey guys, Liam here. Welcome back to another episode of MetroMania. How are you doing? You having a lovely day? I really bloody well hope so, because I want everyone that watches me to have a lovely day, and if I can be a part of that, that'd be great. Welcome back to MetroMania. It's the ongoing 16 Pokemon and Metronome-only double battle tournament. Got there in the end to determine the MetroMania Champion, and we're at the final, mate. It's that day. Season 9. We've had 9 seasons, and today the 9th season culminates, and our champion will be crowned. If you're a fan of Metromania already and you've loved it up to this point, hit that like button. Let's go for 1,000 likes if we can. Hit subscribe if you're new so you never miss an episode, because I know it's the final and that sounds like the series is ending, but season 10 starts next week, so you've got loads to look forward to. And of course, as always, use code ACE to save yourself some money on G Fuel. Thank you, G Fuel, as always, for sponsoring the channel as a whole. You're just bloody lovely. Now you can use code ACE, you people at home, to save yourself some money on G Fuel, and why wouldn't you? Just like, don't buy full price, use code ACE. It helps me and it helps you. That's perfect. That's like symbiosis? I don't know. It's G Fuel. Just bloody go get some. Code ACE. But of course, I won't waste any more of your time because it's time for the final of Season 9. But before we get into it, let's take a little look at how we got here. Let's have a look at the brackets.
Last week, the absolute unthinkable happened, and the undefeated until last week Pangoro was taken down in a 3-0 victory by Sirfetch'd. Nobody, I don't think, saw that coming. That was insane. But of course, we move on to the final, which is today. Get yourself excited because Sirfetch'd is going to pay for what it did last week as it takes on Lucario. I mean, I say pay for what, for what it did last week, but that's just me being a bit hopeful, isn't it? Because it's got to answer for its crimes, because its behavior last week was a little bit rude. Didn't even let Pangoro leave with pride. Did some scummy tactics in the battle. And for the most part, Lucario have just been very much on the ball for this competition. They've been very smart with their tactics. And we see Hail coming out from regular Lucario to start the battle off. It's certainly a risky play because all the Pokemon on the field are affected by the Hail. But of course, any damage is better than no damage to your opponent as long as you can survive. We see Magic Coat from Shiny Lucario going to protect itself for the time being. And now it's over to the Sirfetch'd team to start things off. And let's see if they're as dominant this week as they were last week. Triple kick, though, from regular Sirfetch'd. Oh, my word. Onto Shiny Lucario. This could be very short there. There's the 3 hits. Shiny Lucario is in the danger zone with 11 hit points left on the first turn. Wow, okay. I mean, to be fair to Lucario, it also got a 3-0 in its original. There's a super effective Heat Crash in its semi-final, I should say. Huge damage to regular Lucario there. And Shiny Lucario buffeted by the Hail. 2 hit points left at the end of turn 1. Wow, okay. I'm very, very surprised. I mean, I know, obviously, Lucario does run the risk because it's weak to fighting type moves, as Pangoro was last week. But it's still always shocking to see something like this happen. We see Ally Switch from Shiny Lucario. Will that protect or will that hinder Shiny Lucario? I guess we'll find out. Putting its partner Pokemon in the firing line to try and take the damage, I guess. And regular Lucario is going to go for Supersonic, trying to confuse and succeeding in confusing the regular Sirfetch'd there. That might be the kind of tactic that Lucario needs to avoid the pure power that the Sirfetch'd team hold. We see Magma Storm avoided by Shiny Lucario. That would have been a death sentence for Shiny Lucario. Regular Sirfetch'd is going to shake off the confusion. This final's been intense already. Goes for Bulldoze. That's going to be super effective on both Lucario. They're down. They're done. It's 1-0 already to Sirfetch'd on the second turn. Oh my word. Down goes Shiny Lucario. Down goes regular Lucario, and we are now moving into battle number 2 with Lucario's back very firmly against the wall. This is quite frightening if you're a Lucario fan. Wow, okay, Sirfetch'd, ease up, lad. Let's try and make it a bit competitive, can we please? Here's the regular Lucario going for Cross Chop. Oh, they mean business now, busting out the stab moves. Big hit with the Cross Chop. More than half Sirfetch'd max HP in damage. These Lucario are pissed. There's a Volt Switch from Shiny Lucario onto the Shiny Sirfetch'd there for a big chunk of damage as well. These Lucario now mean business. They know what's at stake. It's the final. You should know what's at stake, mate. Regular Sirfetch'd going for a neutral extra sensory for some big damage there on Shiny Lucario as well with that critical hit. And now it's time for Shiny Shiny Sirfetch'd to follow up on its partner's actions here, and it's going to go for Cotton Spore, slowing down the Lucario team, which is a great play there because that means the Sirfetch'd team will actually, in fact, get to move first on the next turn, I do believe, because -2 speed on the Lucario side, I'm pretty sure gives the speed advantage to Sirfetch'd. Yep, calculations are correct, so Shiny Sirfetch'd is starting things off for this turn. Going to go for Brine, which will be double power on any Pokemon that's at half HP or less, but of course it was on a full HP Lucario, so not as much damage as it could have been. And there's regular Sirfetch'd going for Substitute. That's a bit of an interesting play right there. Sacrificing a chunk of its HP to make a Substitute. Of course, it's going to refrain from, it's not going to take any damage for the next couple of turns, I guess. Poison Jab from Shiny Lucario onto the Substitute of Sirfetch'd. So Sirfetch'd takes no damage there, and the Substitute does indeed fade. So now we have a Sirfetch'd with just a bit less HP, so it's effectively probably how much HP it would have lost with Poison Jab. We see Mega Kick from regular Lucario. It's going to land on that regular Sirfetch'd, take it out of contention. Now it's just one Sirfetch'd versus 2 Lucario. The Lucario team seem to have their heads well and truly screwed on right now, and if Passimian could catch up and input the commands, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Passimian, for everything you do, and thanks for getting us that G Fuel spawn a year ago. It's really helpful. Cheers, mate. Here's a Trop Kick, which will be not very effective from Shiny Sirfetch'd onto Shiny Lucario there. Down goes its attack one stage, though, which is not going to be good for the Lucario side. Shiny Lucario, though, isn't shaken by it. Going to go for Endeavor. Try and match up the HP. Well, I mean, succeed in matching up the HP of its opponent with its own. So not a bad play at all there. And now regular Lucario is going to go Terrain Pulse, but there's no terrain in effect. So I believe that just makes that a normal type move. Decent amount of damage there to Shiny Sirfetch'd, who's definitely on the ropes a little bit. Wake up, Passimian. There we go. Passimian has woken up. Definitely heard me. I can time travel, by the way. Do you know that? Here's Shiny Sirfetch'd, though. What's on its mind here? It needs to pull out a miracle. Goes for Submission. I mean, that is going to be stab and super effective. So down goes Shiny Lucario. We're now down to one Sirfetch'd, who's about to take some recoil damage, so just keep your eye on that. Puts itself in the danger zone, trying to take down Lucario. Regular Lucario follows up with a Fairy Lock, which will not crash my game anymore, and I love that so much. Remember the good old days when Fairy Lock used to crash my bloody game? Well, you wouldn't have seen it, because I would have had to be like, well, this battle's a dud, because it crashed halfway through. So we'd have to do a new battle. Don't worry about that no more, because the beautiful animation happens. But here is Shiny Sirfetch'd with Shell Smash. Oh, big balls play right there from the Yellow Duck. Going to drop its defense and special defense by 1 stage apiece to increase its attack, its special attack, and its speed by 2 stages apiece. Very, very big boy play right there. Over to regular Lucario, who's going to go for Thunderbolt with against that reduced special defense. Takes advantage of it, and now it's equal. Lucario 1, Sirfetch'd 1. Whoever wins the next round is your Season 9 MetroMania Champion. Get your backside to the edge of your seat, because this is going down. Lucario or Sirfetch'd, one of these Pokemon is going to be your Season 9 champion, and I literally have no idea who it's going to be. So here's Shiny Lucario starting things off for its side with a Night Slash. Not going to be very effective, but maybe hoping to land a critical hit. Not much damage at all there. I don't think that was a crit now. No crit there. And now over to regular Lucario. First turn of round 3. Power Up Punch. That's Lucario's pretty much bread and butter. So not a great deal of damage, but does increase its attack stat by 1 stage. Now it's time for the retaliation from the Lance-holding, Shield-holding Sirfetch'd. Heat Wave will be super effective on both these Lucario. Massive damage on both Lucario there. Those kinds of moves are very, very worrying if that's what they're going to be pulling out. We see a not very effective attack order, though, so complete contrast. This shouldn't do much at all, and it absolutely doesn't. It does bring Lucario down to less than half its max HP, but doesn't do a great deal of damage at all. Now we see Shiny Lucario starting things off for its team. What is it going to do here? It's going to go for Bind, which is going to do, you know, a little bit of damage initially and a bit more damage at the end of each turn, slowly wearing away at regular Sirfetch'd as long as Shiny Lucario is on the field. Regular Lucario goes for Noble Roar, looking to lower the attack and special attack of the Shiny Sirfetch'd there. That's a great play there. Take some of its firepower away. Surely that's going to help the Lucario side. Now we see Shiny Sirfetch'd looking to fire back with Fling. It's going to fling its Leper Berry, which is an interesting play right there, onto Shiny Lucario for barely any damage at all. And, of course, Lucario is just going to eat the berry and be like, cheers, mate. Thanks for that. but also it's a Dark-type move, so it just increased the attack of Shiny Lucario there. So both Lucario are at +1 attack. Now regular Sirfetch'd is going to go for Snipe Shot. Onto which Lucario, though? Onto the Shiny Lucario. Not a great deal of damage. And there's the bind damage taking effect on Sirfetch'd at the end of the turn. It's looking a bit better. The battle's looking in favor of Sirfetch'd right now from a HP standpoint, but we know it's too early in the game to even consider that. We see Rock Tomb from a regular Lucario onto the Shiny Sirfetch'd for a decent chunk of not very effective damage. You can definitely see the effect the attack increase has had. Drops the speed of Shiny Sirfetch'd by 1 stage, and now Shiny Lucario follows up with Hail, which they did in the first round, and that technically hindered them a little bit. So I'm not sure quite where they're going with this, but that is going to chip away at both members of both teams at the end of each turn. Couple it with the bind damage, I guess, is going to help. Horn Drill, though, or avoided by Shiny Lucario. Sirfetch'd with evil intentions. And now Shiny Sirfetch'd is going to go for a power-up punch of its own. Increase its own attack by 1 stage. Back up to its regular attack stat, because it was at -1 after that Noble Roar, so it's fixed itself. There's the Hail, buffeting against everyone. It's not quite enough to take down Lucario, but Lucario is in the danger zone. So there's both the Sirfetch'd taking the Hail damage. There's the bind damage on regular Sirfetch'd. The Lucario team need to pull out all the stops right now. That Shiny Sirfetch'd is looking pretty mean right now with all that HP. Shiny Lucario will start the next turn, and it's going to go for Laser Focus, trying to guarantee itself a critical hit on the next turn. I'd have gone on the offense personally, but what do I know? Over to regular Lucario. What's on its mind right now? It's going to go for Fusion Flare, which is a great play. Onto which of the Sirfetch'd? Onto the Shiny there. Big damage from the Fusion Flare there onto Shiny Sirfetch'd. Shiny Sirfetch'd in a much more dangerous position now. We see Sweet Scent reducing the evasiveness of both the Lucario there, I believe, by 2 stages. So pretty much anything's going to hit them now. Like, whatever the Sirfetch'd team try to use, probably going to land on the Lucario team. Shiny Sirfetch'd is going to go for Tri Attack. Maybe try and get a status condition on one of these Lucario, or just take out regular Lucario altogether. It's out of the battle. It's all up to Shiny Lucario to claim the Season 9 championship right now. With 2 Sirfetch'd on the field, it's looking a bit bleak for Lucario, but let's not lose faith, because the regular Sirfetch'd is now in the danger zone after that bind damage. So Lucario does have a chance. If it can take out one of these Sirfetch'd, it does have a chance of capitalizing. What's it going to do here? It's going for the Metronome. It's going to go for Poison Jab. I'm not sure I'd have gone for that personally. It's not going to be very effective. But it is enough to take down regular Sirfetch'd with that critical hit. So ignore what I'm on about. We're now down to 1-on-1. Shiny Sirfetch'd. Shiny Lucario as well. Blast Burn is going to be super effective, though, from Shiny Sirfetch'd. How much damage will this do? Sirfetch'd is your Season 9 MetroMania Champion. After all that, Sirfetch'd fans rejoice. It is your Season 9 champion. Well done to Sirfetch'd, and what a season it has been. Thank you so much for your support on Metromania Season 9. I hope you're excited for Season 10. I'm not going to tell you the theme yet, but I just want to point out that the pear is a very legendary fruit.
So thank you so much for watching all of Season 9 of Metromania. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, slam the like button, hit the subscribe button. Season 10 starts next week. I can't wait. Use code ACE for money off G Fuel and jump over and hang out with me on Twitch sometime. Twitch.tv/AceTrainerLiam. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. That's me. Keep on training.